After the initial onslaught this season, the weekend's been relatively low-key, with only a small number of episodes for me to watch. But watch them I have. But should you watch them? Well, I don't know yet. I need to watch them first and let you know. And that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to be watching them and giving you my thoughts on them, and letting you know whether or not they're worth watching, whether or not they're worth just spinning and skipping. Because, as ever, this is a 2019 autumn anime preview, from a different perspective. I think by now my views on the reversed harem genre, or as some people call them, the Fujoshi bait shows, is well documented. I'm not the biggest fan, but not really intended for me. So this season I've decided to skip a lot of the shows which fall into that sort of subgenre, except for ones which jump out at me, or shows which I watch because of knowing how to watch. Thus is the case with Outburst Dreamer Boys, an anime about boys. Actually, it's not really an anime about boys, it's an anime about a girl. And about a girl who starts a new school and is doomed with all those horrible feelings of, will I actually become friends with anybody else? How will I fit in? It's not helped by the fact that when she starts a new school, she's got an eye patch on. Now you may be thinking, okay, girl with an eye patch, she's definitely going to have chunibyo. Actually no, she's got an eye infection. That doesn't stop the kids in the class, particularly one group of kids in the class, thinking that she's a chunie. She's hiding some kind of dark power. She's going to try to overthrow the establishment. No, she's not going to do that. She's just got an eye infection. But this wouldn't be a reverse harem about some boys, and as the anime title does suggest, they're awesome. And the gimmick this time, you may have guessed from the fact she's not a chunie, is that they all are. They're chunies of different flavours. You got the Sentai chunie, the guy who believes is part of a squad of 5 chosen heroes, destined to become the saviours of the universe. You know a chunie who's in love with his mobile phone game? What? You've got the chunie who is dramatically speaking and oh, that's so dark. And you got the loner chunie, the bad guy. The loner, doesn't want to be friends with anybody. And then you got our girl who is just a normal girl from the looks of it. Although she is good at one thing. She's got easily the best reaction faces of any character so far this season. Seriously. Look at some of the images I left over there. They're brilliant. Now the first episode does well to introduce us to our main characters, and the whole premise of the idea of this, for want of a better term, chunie club. They're supposedly the hero club, but they're basically just a bunch of chunies. And our girl who wants nothing to do with them, yet somehow gets entangled with them. Again, this is a reverse harem show. You should know where this is going already. And I will admit, I found myself laughing at a couple of things. Mostly her reactions. The guys were just way too over-energetic. It feels like one of those bad harem adaptations from the mid-noughties. Except now it's the reverse harem's turn to have all the bad shows about it. But should you watch this? I'm probably not going to watch more of it. I mean, if it was just a short show with just a few reactions from our main girl, it'd be fine to watch. It'd be a fun little side story. But as a full-length show, too much for me, sorry. If you do want to watch this, you can find it airing at Hive Dive. I have a headache within the first 5 minutes of watching Demon School Iruma-kun. Actually, that's like I got a headache within the first 1 minute watching it. It's not exactly the highest praise I can have going into watching an anime. But Demon School Iruma-kun continues a trend of being just mind-blowingly stupid. Now to give you a bit of a premise here. Demon School Iruma-kun is what you get if you combine Rosario plus Vampire, the worst bits of Rosario plus Vampire, with the worst bits of Hayato the Combat Butler. You got a down and out kid being sold by his parents, being sent to another world, not in an isekai way, just being sent to a demon's world to go to school. Because the king of the demons has bought his soul, and has made him his grandson. And that sounds all well and good, but the actual person himself it's a Saturday morning TV show. You know what you're going to be getting into when you see one of that. This is super hyped up, super energetic, in your face, fish out of water kind of silliness. Our main character is a human in a school full of demons. A demon school whose school song is about eating humans. Our main character is also wuss. He has no way of saying no to anyone. If somebody tells him to jump off a cliff, he'll do so. He won't even ask anything first, he'll just go and run off it. I mean, he hates himself for doing so, but he's got no balls whatsoever. He'll just do whatever you tell him to do. And yet, one thing leads to another in school, and suddenly he finds himself being the top dog as he defeats the strongest person in school just by accident, by dumb luck. There's not really much more to say about this show. I mean, I think I've said everything which needs to be said. It's fish out of water, lad in a new school, demons everywhere, want to kill him, they don't know he's a human, hijinks happen. I can't really recommend watching this one, unless you take a bunch of painkillers first of all, in which case, probably still not worth watching it. The painkillers are only so strong, these will still give you a headache through that. But if you did want to watch it, you can find it on Crunchyroll. Do you ever feel like there's not enough boobs in anime? Do you ever feel like you need more shows where the girls are thrown right up front and centre as much as possible? Well, good news! Welcome to the world of Val Love. It's a show about 9 sisters living alone with a guy. And if that wasn't enough to lead you on, they're all Valkyries, and they fight demons by using sex. No, this isn't a hentai, but it feels like the plot should be from one. But welcome to World of Val Love. It's a show about a bunch of girls fighting a bunch of bad guys by using the feelings of love to power up their weapons. And welcome to our main character, who is a literal demon. Actually, no, it's not. It's Akutsu Takuma, nickname Akuma, for obvious reasons. He's a big, burly guy, quite dim sounding, but his heart's in the right place. He just wants to get along, study, and get on in life. He made a promise to his family that he would make something of himself. He would get himself a job and live a respectable life. The problem is, he looks like he could kill you. People jump out of windows at a simple glance. Teachers run a mile the moment they run into him. People do not like being near him because they just scare him. He's got a hugely intimidating presence, despite the fact he's just a gentle giant. And it's this duality which makes me think this is a combination of what you'd get if we were to combine the lustfulness of Valkyrie Drive with the harem comedy aspects of Love Hina and the unexpected love story of My Love Story into a single fighting girls show. And I have to say, I'm honestly impressed. It's watchable. I mean, I saw a premise, I think, no, this is going to be absolutely woeful. I mean, magical girls who get powered up by groping. This really does feel like the annals of history. Or maybe the annals of history will probably power up more. But no, this is a modern show, and yes, it's more than a little bit lecherous. But there's something there, it's watchable. It definitely fits into the guilty pleasure mould. The same sort of mould which you don't want to admit watching, but you do so anyway. If you do want to watch this one's also airing over at High Dive. And so we come to a main event. You all knew it was coming. Welcome to the absolute demonic front Babylonia and Fate Grand Order. Now, immediate clarification, I am a fan of Fate Grand Order. I play the game, I watch the anime. Heck, last episode I was wearing a t-shirt. Should have stayed with this one really, shouldn't I? But instead, no. Got my Suikoden one instead. But welcome to the world of Babylonia. And for those of you who don't know Fate Grand Order, a bit of a heads up first of all. It's a mobile game, but it's got a storyline. It's actually more like an RPG than a mobile game itself. And you build up your parties, and you try and save humanity, which is going to disappear. Spoiler alert, it didn't. We're still here. Although, one might think that humanity still needs saving these days. And another thing which will confuse a lot of people, Babylonia does not immediately follow on from the original Fate Grand Order, First Order anime. So you see, First Order, it's the first singularity, but it's before that. It's the 0th singularity. It starts the storyline. It's the tutorial level, basically. After Babylonia, we've got a bunch of other singularities. We've got Orleans, we've got Septum, we've got Oceanus, we've got London, we've got E Pluribus Unum, and we've got Camelot, which is in the desert. Because, there's plot reasons, I'm not going to go into it now. There's a movie coming out soon. Watch that if you want to watch that anyway. But welcome to Babylonia, the 7th singularity. And also a final singularity of a main storyline. But this one goes maximum attack on all of your favourite waifu and husbandos. Now I could spoil everything and tell you who's in it, although you see a good bunch of them in the first episode. But I'll go and actually talk about the first episode, shan't I? Because I don't want to spoil everything for you. Fate Grand Order, the Babylonian anime, jumps in right as they're about to start the final singularity. And we go in there with Ritsuka, Mash, and we get launched into a singularity and immediately attacked by some lion-type creatures. They've got a name, I can't remember what they're called, but what they're called doesn't matter, they're lion-type creatures. And Mash initially fights them off pretty well. Before they are, I use the word saved loosely, they're saved by a falling girl, who's blatantly looking like Rin from Fate Stay Night. There's a reason for that. Fan service. She sort of face-plants Ritsuka. I'm sure he finds it quite pleasurable, but she's upset. Of course she would be, she's Rin, she's a Tsundere, she's the queen of Tsunderes essentially. And she fights off the bad guys as well in her own flashy way, and just buggers off, leaving them to fend off the rest of themselves. Before we get another person, Enkidu, he introduces himself as, saving the day again, and escorting them towards the titular, absolute demonic front of Babylonia. A ginormous wall to keep the demon beasts out. Now, probably not much actually happens in this first episode. We get introduced to Rin, we get introduced to Enkidu, there's a weird little clip of a fluffy guy and a cute girl at the end. Again, I know all these characters are, I'm not going to spoil you with who they are, but it's definitely a show which is worth watching. I mean, hopefully they do explain things enough for the non-gamers to get to know the story. Because I do understand that getting fussed in at the 7th singularity is a bit daunting. If you do plan on playing the game, it may be worth saving this one until you've played it, or at least until you get to the 7th singularity, because there will be spoilers for the game here as well. And one thing which I did appreciate is that this is definitely different to all the other gacha game adaptations we've had recently. I mean, compare this episode to Azure Lane, and heck, even compare First Order to Azure Lane, and Kantai Collection, and all the other gacha game adaptations. All the other adaptations just throw your characters down at your throat, saying, look at our game, look at all your waifus in this anime, you should watch it. Whereas Fate Grand Order just gives you a story. I mean, there's not many characters in that first episode. I mean, there's a bunch of characters shown, but there's so many more I could have shown. I mean, when we see Chaldea, it's just this weird, isolated place, whereas the lesser adaptation would have had it bustling with all manners of husbandos and waifus, waiting to do your bidding. This is clearly more about the story than it is about the waifus, and I'm fine with that. I've got all the waifus on my phone, and I can watch this anime over at Funimation. No real surprises today then. Of the 4 shows I watched, the one I knew I'd like, I liked, and the other 3 were all middle of the road. They weren't terrible, but I can't really say they're worth watching either. But what did you think? Again, let me know in the comments, and join me next time as I look at 4 more new shows, hopefully better. Until then, thanks for watching, bye bye.